You're watching Escape Adulthood Live, your number one source for long-lasting, fast-acting, physician-approved adultitis relief.
On this week's show, we're talking about doomscrolling, dun dun dun, trading cards, and decorating cupcakes with someone else's hands.
Greetings and salutations, everyone.
Thank you for shenanigating with us on this hump day in January. Is this the last hump day of January? Yes.
Yes.
I think
I'm gonna
February
go with
is next week, and I see Christy. By the way, hello to everyone. So much cheese conversation.
Yeah, it's really cheesy. It's Gouda, though.
Oh man, yeah. Where do we even start with the sound effects? Christy,
I'll be here all night.
Asked about that awesome song. Yes, Michael Shine's Shines.
Yes, I believe that was Rundown Streetlights by Michael Shines.
We were greatly fortunate to invite him to one of our Escape Adulthood Summits a couple years ago, and he performed live at this amazing barn out in the country. It was so magical. And Michael, we've been in his corner cheering him on ever since. He actually just signed a record deal.
Yeah. Kudos to you.
Yay!
That's awesome. Michael he is a great talent. Definitely look him up. Shines is spelled Shines.
And he hails out of a suburb of Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in the Midwest and want him for a local gig eventually, I think he travels everywhere, but pretty cool guy.
So looking at this cheese stuff, by the way, hello Wes and Kara and Mike and Brenda and Sharon and Christy and Steve and Helen and Julie and everybody. Thank you for being here tonight. I can relate to Christy Ward, who said, let me pull it up. I went to the Minnesota Fair for years before I was brave enough to try cheese curds. Right? I regret I wasted all those years. We were just talking about that the other day. The first time we had them ever was after our honeymoon, and we moved to Wisconsin.
Yeah, I was like 23 years old. Was on the menu. I had a cheese curd.
It's the name, right?
It's the name.
Curds.
Curd does not
sounds
have a
kind of
positive
gross
connotation, right?
But I am with Christy. I regret all of those years.
Raise your hand in the comments or let us know if you have never tried a cheese curd. Because if not, we have to probably back up a little bit. Some people are probably like, cheese what? You know? I mean, I think they're more popular now, like around other areas, but who knows?
Yeah, well, they're amazing. And
especially deep fried.
Those who are connoisseurs know, the deep fried ones are good, but the fresh ones are good too. But how do you know if the fresh ones are fresh, Kim?
They have to squeak in your mouth.
Squeak when you bite them.
Which squeaky food.
Kind of like sneakers on a gymnasium floor.
Seriously, and that's like it rubs. Like. It does feel. Somehow it's a fun experience. It doesn't seem like it, but
yeah. Jody says first time with you.
Oh
yeah, baby.
And I think what she's referring to is that she had cheese curds for the first time. At an Escape Adulthood Summit.
Her and Tom together, so that
because
makes it
we
better.
We try to have cheese curds at every summit.
We have to, yeah.
People asked about that. Are we having an Escape Adulthood Summit?
Yes.
This year. And the question is probably. The answer is probably.
Question mark.
We're planning on it, hoping for it. Obviously, a lot depends on how this COVID thing shakes down, but we did get a. First in-person booking for the summer in Arizona. So that's a good sign. And I have other colleagues who are starting to get booked in person. So
I would think
hopeful.
Not until August would be like the first month we would think about it.
Yeah, probably end of July, beginning of August. But
before the end of March, I would assume.
Yeah, but
because of venues and whatnot. So, if you are kind of one of the tickets from last year that's moving over to this year, just be patient with us. I know you know our situation, but we don't want to have to go through the whole thing of like starting it and then canceling it all. So we'll be as prudent as possible.
It's going to be off the hook. But let us get into the meat of our show, and by meat I mean cake part of our show.
Yes. Happy National Cake Day.
Yeah, it is. It's National Chocolate Cake Day. Mm-hmm. I hope you celebrated.
And if
we
not,
did in a weird way.
Tomorrow could be the day for you.
Yeah, we celebrated in a strange way, and it involves it was basically a kids takeover, right? So let's get into it.
Let's take a look.
Hello, I'm Lucy. One of our favorite things to do to fight adultitis is decorate cupcakes, especially since today is Chocolate Cupcake Day on our Celebrate Everything calendar. So today we're just going to give you a little tutorial of how to do that. So let's go.
All right. First step. What's the first step?
First step is pick up your cupcake and just.
Can I smell it? I love smelling it.
Yeah.
That smells good on my chin.
Okay,
All
once
right,
we got our cupcake.
now take your knife and put some frosting on there.
All right, let's do this. Ooh,
Good.
This frosting looks fresh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
How careful do you have to be in this stage?
You gotta be pretty careful not to break the cake
I like a
apart.
lot of frosting, as you can see.
Yeah,
I think I'm nailing it, pretty much.
Okay.
Ooh, you got a nice amount too. Yeah. I almost want maybe a little more frosting.
Yeah.
Mine's
Yeah.
good.
Just a little more.
You know me, I like just like a
Kinda
little
fall
dab,
off the
of frosting.
side. There we go. Ooh, this is looking good.
There you go. Okay, and the next part is you can be really creative.
Okay.
This is a sprinkle part, so
Ooh,
you
green.
can do
I
colors
love
on.
green. Oh, I'm kind of missing my cupcake. Oh, man. It's tricky to nail it. It's tricky to get that.
It's like my favorite color
It's
of all
tricky to get
time.
There you go.
There we go. A couple are landing. Yes. There we go. Ooh, yours is.
Ooh, green,
Oh.
it's good.
You might want to put it on the cupcake,
Well,
Jay.
I'd like to just dust it. I just keep dusting. Get some on.
Good.
I want to try some of these big ones. I got
Kind
a
of
lot
makes me
of
think you
big.
should buy a dog for the extra
I got the
sprinkle.
big sprinkles over here too. Oh, I didn't really get much on there on that one. Maybe if I hold the
Pretty good.
cupcake, that'd be a little easier. There we go.
This
Yeah.
looks
that
fabulous.
looks
I'm telling
really
you right
good.
now.
You-
Ready to do
good.
it?
I wonder. Yeah, that's looking good.
I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of ready to eat.
I'm feeling ready too. This looks so pretty.
I feel like
I
I'll
mean,
add a little
this
bit
looks
more. I
so
guess.
pretty.
Yeah.
Should we
Yeah.
unwrap them?
Yeah, you gotta unwrap them so you don't
Yeah.
eat the
Okay.
paper, but
I don't.
yeah.
Not like a high fiber diet, if you know what I'm saying.
There we go. Getting it there. I mean, I can't wait to take my first bite. To be
Yeah, this is
honest,
gonna be
That's
really
it.
good.
I can't.
So,
Oh,
should we
it's
eat it?
tricky. Oh,
Mmm.
I can't reach my mouth.
Mmm. So good.
Yeah.
That is
This is a really good cupcake.
really good.
Mmm.
Chocolate cake day.
I'll keep you more. More.
I'd like to learn why it.
Mmm. I can't
I
stop.
love the frosting pack up.
It's as if I can't stop. Mmm.
So
That's great.
I hope everyone gives this a try.
Yeah, it's
Really, I
definitely
mean, just
good.
follow it step by step.
Yeah,
Can't go wrong.
you got this.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, everybody. So that was an experience.
Oh man, I have to tell you, that was epic.
I will say that the camera, you lose 10 pounds in your arms on camera. My biceps, my giant pythons were a little small.
Giant bites. So chocolate cake, let's just bring it up right now. I mean, you got a little graphic here. All day long, yes, devil's food, German, whatever you gotta do, yes, on chocolate cake for Team Kim. What do you
None
got
of the
going?
above. I am a vanilla, yellow, white.
Holy nightmare.
No chocolate for me. I like it.
Vanilla and white, what are those flavors? I don't even know.
They're the best flavors, and we'd like to know what you think. Are you on Team Kim, Team Jason?
I mean,
If you're on Team Kim, you're dead to me. But
and no marbles here, guys. Don't pull the marble. That's just for workplace only. I mean, Jason has a really good bit actually where he talks about the marble cake and how that kind of has to bridge the gap
yeah,
at work.
make everybody happy,
Right, but
and no one's happy.
no one's happy because
Yeah.
the chocolate people are like, "What's with this yellow?" And the yellow people are like, "What's with the chocolate?" And So what do we got?
Lots
Anybody?
of Team Kims, unfortunately. Oh,
Yes!
Julie says white cake. Thank you. I'm scanning
Julie?
for Team
Vanilla for sure. Team Kim. Team
many.
Cake, Brenda. Team Cake. I love it.
Jason is a plain Jane. That's right, and proud of it. Kathy Rose is on my team. Happy to have you over here, Kathy Rose. That's
all
good.
the cake, Christy says. Tracy, yes, chocolate all the way. Yes, Tracy. I knew it, Tracy.
Brenda is on
we
Team
tend to
Cake.
Be on the same team.
Team Cake. Yellow cake with chocolate frosting.
Ooh, is that Jenna?
I
That's
could do
Jenna's
that. No, that was
go-to.
Lisa.
Okay.
But Jenna's all in on that too.
Yes. Cake is cake. But
Britt, thank you, Britt. Thanks for being here. I'm struggling to find some
So
people
we have
here.
to tell you, if you are a member of the Wonder and Whimsy Society, which we'll be talking about a little bit more coming up, but you will have a PS kind of video.
Yeah,
Is that
well,
a good
Barb
way to
asked
put it?
us you
Yes.
should switch that up and you be the hands for the kids. Well,
yes, we did.
Funny you should mention that. We did do that version, and we will be posting that in the Wonder and Whimsy Society private group shortly after the show.
Is it a true statement that in the process of doing this at the end, I made one of our children cry?
Yes.
Yes.
That is
yes,
a true statement. It is worst mom of the year. You can actually see.
We didn't get that part on video.
She held it on, but at the very end of the video, you can see
her dying inside.
Her dying inside. So.
And I blame my youngest child status because
I blame you.
Well, as a youngest child, I tend to take things a little too far at times for effect, and it's part of who I am as that birth order. So if you happen to be a youngest child, if you can relate and throw me some love, because it is one of those things I have regrets about, but in the moment, I can't stop myself. I just I'm doing it, and I'm like, this may end badly, and I'm like, here we go. So I'm just saying, as the oldest, you can't relate, but it's part of the genes of a youngest child.
It was a little.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
I'm talking about.
I think this will be something that'll be talked about 20 years from now on a psychiatrist chair couch. By the way, Sharon throws in beer cake, yellow cake spiked with beer.
Really?
I'm in. I'm in with that.
Interesting. And here in Wisconsin, we don't know about this? I'm ashamed.
Well, we don't.
Yeah.
But it's probably a thing.
Yeah, right? Okay, Christy's with me, my youngest for sure. Yes, I don't know what it is. Last of 5. Yep, Paul. Okay, so I'm not just making this up. And Paul knows a thing or two about this stuff. So
birth order.
Yeah. All right.
Moving on.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
All right, you guys. Well, we mentioned Wonder and Whimsy Society, and it's getting kind of exciting around here because we are opening the doors on February 1st.
Yes.
For the first time since we launched in August.
Mm-hmm. To 70 members only. And people have asked us, why are you limiting it? Well, we have been very, very aware of the culture we're building from day one. The founding members, the founding members have been working very hard to build this together, and we're taking feedback, and we're kind of molding it and shaping it into this society that is going to last beyond us, you guys. Let's be honest. So the coolest thing is that if we take 70, we can just kind of keep that culture safe in a way that helps us keep, growing and listening to everyone along the way. So it's going to be awesome.
Yes.
We have a lot of cool things planned even tomorrow night.
Yes.
We have our first winter workshop, and there's some people in the chat tonight who are presenting at that winter workshop. We have 4 members who are presenting live some interesting talents and hobbies of their own to kind of spice up people's winter a little bit.
By the way, speaking of beer cake, one of the members is going to be giving an intro on homebrewing. So that ties right into that. But there are so many things. The Wonder and Whimsy Society is our premier solution for treating adultitis. And there's a lot of things involved in it. But one of the things we wanted to share with you is the concept of secret missions. Yes. So once a month, in the mail, every member gets a postcard that looks like this. And there is a secret mission printed on the back in a secret code. So the prying eyes of the mailman or the mailwoman cannot read the secret mission.
Nope.
You are able to unscramble it with your member handbook decoder. And there's a mission, and it's kind of like open-ended, meant to be creative, and people share what they did, and it's a blast to see what people come up with. So it's kind of a way to have a physical reminder every month to do something to fight adultitis, and we get you jump started with an idea. Now, the cool part about it, this is one of my favorite parts.
This is like Mr. Baseball card geek coming out.
Yeah,
okay?
each postcard has a trading card that you can cut out, and if you're a nerd like me, you have old baseball card sleeves.
Heck yes, I did.
That you put the cards in. These are all of the secret missions that we have launched so far, including this one here is January. The back has, of course, what the secret mission is, and it has a place for you to record what date you completed it.
Yep.
This one here is a special limited edition trading card that we gave to people who participated in a special challenge early on. And we have different special challenges like that. There's another one that was going to be coming out for something we did in December too. So
yeah, actually, one of our members, Leah, put up in the private group the other day, what's everybody doing to how are you how are you keeping your cards? Are you putting them on a bulletin board, putting in a book? So obviously Jason's going old school with the baseball card, binder kind of thing. But if you're a member, share that in the comments. Like, what are you doing with your cards? How are you displaying them? That sort of thing.
Barb says the decoder book is so fun. I feel like I'm experiencing a flashback to 3rd grade.
Right? Little Ralphie moment.
Rachel says, I'm a nerd like you. I assume that means you have a protector as well. Amy says, my cards are all in the original box that I received.
Interesting.
Cool.
How cool.
Let's see. Jenna. I'm not sure what Jenna. Let's see. Amy said the last envelope I received was amazing. I felt raw joy when I opened it. Highly recommend. 1,000,000 stars.
Amy,
thank you, Amy. That's super nice.
You.
Yeah, we every quarter then we send out a mystery mailing that has other goodies as well. So
fondly known by founding members as the red envelope.
Yes.
So we're having so much fun, guys. That's the point. This is something that is bringing so much wonder and whimsy into our own lives, into the lives of those we have in our life, whether it's our kids or our families and friends. We just want you to be a part of it. So if this sounds interesting, check out the website that's going by. Make sure you're an insider, for one. We'll talk about that later, and you'll be among the first to know.
By the way, I saw a couple, Helen and someone else I saw, so they didn't get their special yellow balloon card.
Oh!
And if you didn't, check in with Jenna on that one, and she'll make sure that you get one.
Having just moved all our stuff, I know exactly where they are.
We know where they are, so we want to make sure that you got that. So I know for the members, the January mailing is still on its way. A lot of people have gotten them, but you may not have already, but it's on its way. They're all out.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Well, I don't know who needs to hear this, but drinking poison in order to feel better, it's a bad idea. That's basically what we're doing when we monitor the news of the day. Early in the pandemic, I came across the term doomscrolling. It stopped me in my tracks because it resonated so much with me. According to psychologist and clinical assistant professor Ariane Ling, PhD, doomscrolling is the act of endlessly scrolling down one's news apps, Twitter, and social media and reading bad news. Seems like a bad idea. And yet, one reason we resort to this habit is to attempt to seek information in hopes of controlling the problem. Linked to a need for reassurance, the intent is to lessen the anxiety, but it usually exacerbates it. Author and clinical psychologist Dr. Carla Marie Manley suggests for some, doomscrolling becomes an unsatisfying addiction that promises safety, security, or certainty when, in fact, the ever-changing melodramatic news provides the opposite. She went on to say in the long term, doomscrolling can increase levels of cortisol and adrenaline, both of which are stress hormones. Research routinely shows that chronic levels of elevated stress hormones are associated with many physical health issues, including heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. Now, doomscrolling feels like doing something. I'm getting informed, but it's not. It's passively allowing outside circumstances and other people's opinions to influence your own thoughts. It's adding nothing productive to the world, wastes your precious time, and makes you feel terrible. In his book, Digital Minimalism, Cal Newport explains that our digital devices have been engineered to act like little slot machines. We scroll up with our thumb, hoping for a treat in the form of a bit of good news or reassurance. Sometimes we get it, which keeps us coming back, but that feeling is fleeting. Studies have shown that our brains are wired in such a way that the more irregular the reward is, the more addictive it is. After all, if you knew all slot machines at the closest casino only paid out on Thursdays, they'd sit empty the 6 other days of the week. And here's another friendly reminder. All of our media outlets, yes, even your favorite one, make their money from advertising. Healthy advertising rates require eyeballs and clicks. And the best way to draw eyeballs is to declare, "The sky is falling!" Tune in at 9 for details. Online sources could be even worse, because oftentimes all they're looking for is pure traffic. They want you to visit their site and don't care how long you stay. That's why you see so many outrageous headlines that don't exactly match up with what's written in the story. The headline got you to click, and the organization can point to the story and claim they did no false reporting. Unfortunately, many of us get the bulk of our news from scanning headlines. Now, one way to limit the effects of doom scrolling is to set a timer or use apps that can limit your usage, such as locking you out of your news feed or Twitter account after a set limit per day. It's also worth being extra mindful of who and what you let into your daily feed. As James Clear has pointed out, when you choose who to follow on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, you're choosing your future thoughts. Sometimes all that rage we have builds up and we have to do something. And there's something to be said about taking action to gain some feeling of control. This past year, we've seen many examples of those who have chosen to act out in violence. It may get attention, but its effectiveness leaves much to be desired. I'm actually all for being a rebel. Simply put, a rebel is a person who rises in opposition against one in authority or control. Now, that being in control might be a person, but it might also be adultitis or the forces of darkness that have their grip on the world. I love that the word rebel is a noun and a verb, and verbs are all about action, about actually doing something. I suggest becoming a joy rebel. Unlike the poisonous passivity of doom scrolling, bringing joy to the world is a choice that actually requires real action. We recently conducted a mastermind meeting in the Wonder and Whimsy Society about becoming a joy rebel. There were so many awesome ideas. One member has been writing letters with her children to senior citizens who can't go out. Another member is a pharmacist who volunteered to give mobile COVID-19 vaccinations. And yet another has been posting something that gives her joy on Facebook every day for over 300 days. Can you write letters, volunteer for a service-centered organization, or counteract the negativity on social media by posting something positive? You're damn right you can. You can also play online charades with a lonely friend, plant a garden, and pray for your enemies. It's high time to stop the doom scrolling, become rebels with a cause, and raise a ruckus. If you're ready to rise up and join a joy rebellion, you're in the right place. And there's a good chance you'll love being part of the Wonder and Whimsy Society too. Look, I'm all for being informed. I'm not suggesting we bury our heads in the sand. But be careful about your inputs. It's possible to get a sense of what's going on without wasting hours a day drinking poison while extolling its health benefits.
I love the concept of rebel with a cause, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there is that little rebellious side of both of us that I think was part of what founded all of this.
Yeah, for sure.
In a lot of ways. Of like,
breaking rules that don't exist.
Adulthood this way. We are not. And then we realized we weren't alone in that thinking.
Yeah. By the way, the concept of joy rebels, I first heard it from Brad Montague. Him and his wife Christy have a thing called the Montague Workshop. And you may remember we interviewed him last year when his new book came out.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Becoming Better Grown-Ups. And he's an awesome dude, and they have a great thing going. And I think Jenna put in the notes a link there to that shirt, that Joy Rebel shirt, which is pretty rad.
Brad is the founder of Kid President. That's his nephew, right? Or cousin?
It's actually his brother-in-law,
yes,
I believe.
Yeah. But so you probably know him originally from there, but he's got him and his wife, Christy, have a really cool thing going. So check out their work. If you love what we do, you'll love what they do. So
think it's time to get our crayons and pencils and markers out. Let's draw. All right, you guys, let's get some drawing going. If you've never joined us before for this is a chance where you will draw something cool. And I take it step by step, kind of like Bob Ross meets Willy Wonka. And so get something to draw with and something to draw on. It could be a pen and a Post-it note. Works perfectly fine.
Maybe next time can you wear like a purple suit and like a big wig? Bob Ross meets Willy Wonka. I'm just saying.
That's not a bad idea.
Holy nightmare.
That's pretty much what that would be, I think. Okay, so what we're going to draw here today, we're going to start with a little oval at about the middle of the paper. Okay, a little oval like that.
All right.
And then we're going to draw a little, I'm kind of going to remind you a little bit of a snowman with another little oval shape that's a little bit smaller on top of that. And then another one at the bottom that's a little smaller than that first one you draw as well.
Very smushed snowman.
Yeah, it does look like a very smushed snowman. Now we're going to make another oval at the very top. Again, this one a little bit smaller than the last one.
Interesting.
And then we're going to draw a couple diagonal straight lines at the bottom, like this. Okay.
I think I might know.
And then we're going to draw a little, almost like a little wave at the top, just like that.
Ooh.
And then we're going to finish this bottom with a little round line.
This is about how much frosting I enjoy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now we're going to draw a couple lines in here to fill this in. And you're monitoring the chat, Kim. You got
Steven?
people know what it is?
Steven. He's back from work. He says a rock pile, but I think we're a little delayed, so he may have figured that out by now.
It said ice cream cone. Close. Now we're gonna do our little face here. All right. So what we're doing here is a cupcake. Now it gets the fun part here is when we can add the color in if you so choose, and naturally.
Yes. Kim, good to see you here tonight, Kim. Kim Fence says the Michelin tire guy, which is totally,
you basically just keep repeating this over and over again with arms and legs, and you've got the Michelin tire guy. All right, now I'm going to
How in the world are you going to pick colors for this?
I'm just going to go with my gut, literally. What would be my taste buds. All right, I'm going to do kind of like a buttercream... cinnamon.
Oh, we got some cravings from Kara saying now she really wants a cupcake. Yeah, I know, right? All
right, now I'm gonna make this even look more mouth-watering by adding a little highlights on the side here.
I want that. Catherine says.
Right.
Oh my gosh, when we watched Napoleon Dynamite recently, and that Tupperware scene.
I'm gonna get a little bit, a little bit darker and create a little shadow here, just on this side. And I'm going to put a little one right here, which is showing the shadow of all that mound of frosting. Okay.
Julie says, initially it looked like a hot dog butterfly.
I see where you're going with that. I can see that.
I love it.
All right, I'm going to color in the paper here, kind of a nice little blue color. But again, have fun with it. Use your own colors. Make your own little cupcake dude.
It's National Chocolate Cake Day.
Now,
right?
Those of you who've been around long enough know what I'm about to do. I'm going to take a color slightly darker than the background. And I'm going to draw a little oval shape down here. And now we've got a levitating cupcake. Because it's 0 calories. That's why it's levitates up. Now we're going to get even more fun here.
Can I ask an honest question, though?
No.
Oh, I hate to do it, but this looks like a yellow cupcake.
Well, it is. I thought that was...
It's Chocolate Cupcake Day!
I thought that was obvious.
No! Wait.
Gross.
You can't do a yellow cupcake on chocolate.
I can do whatever I want, just like you can do whatever you want with your drawing. When you do this later with the kids...
This is what I have to deal with, you guys.
You can make it whatever color you want.
Those are really cute sprinkles, though.
Yeah, so we're just making... Sprinkles are really easy. They're just like little...
Helen
little dashes.
That too. Helen, Right? Team Kim, Kara's like jumping back in. I know. This doesn't seem right. I feel like you kind of tricked us.
This is... Here's the point. This is to get you to make your own and send them into us.
Spin job.
Right? That's what I was intending all the way. And I'm getting carried away here with these sprinkles.
Okay, Kelsey made a red velvet one, so there you go. She knows how.
And
this
by
works.
the way, it's not red velvet chocolate or not red velvet cupcake day, so
true.
It's totally fine.
It was like
that
last year that I realized red velvet was chocolate.
With red fruit
Right?
on it. Yeah.
I'm like, this tastes like chocolate.
So there you go. There is a flying besprinkled
It's so cute.
cupcake.
I like
Feel
it.
free to make your version however you'd like. Meanwhile, we got some great drawings from last week.
They were
Lots and
flying
lots and
in
lots.
this week. Wes, this is so cute. I love his little eyes looking off to the side.
Yeah, Wes did a great job with this one. This looks like it was digital somehow. I don't know if you used Procreate or some other app.
That's pretty
But
smooth
we
looking.
also got some,
Kelsey.
looks like crayon or colored pencil there from Kelsey. I love that little guy.
The whiskers, adorable.
And
Love
then
it,
we've
Kelsey.
got Kara. Kara submitted this one, which was adorable. And I think when she submitted this, she said this was like a antidote to Doomscrolling.
Yes.
which
She
I
is
liked.
Fighting that, so good for
And
you.
with all due respect to all other submissions, my favorite one this week goes to Mike Schroeder, who put together a little cartoon thing, but he actually made it an animated GIF. Now,
Mike
watch
on?
this.
I'm not sure if Mike's on
Check
today.
out the nose on this little bunny. This
It's
is an
so
animated
cute.
GIF or GIF, however
That's
you
what I'm talking about.
however you like to pronounce it. And this is, I mean, come on.
It sounded like he may have never done this before. He was tinkering around with layers and with the Procreate. So good for you, Mike. This is super cool.
Nailed
I love
it.
I know.
Wes says Adobe Fresco. Yes, I've heard of that.
Nice.
Yeah, Adobe.
Okay.
Adobe does a lot of great stuff. I use Photoshop and Illustrator and all their stuff. So Fresco is a version that you can get on your
Right?
iPad and stuff. So cool to that. Good job, Wes.
Nice job.
Thank you to everyone who submitted drawings this week. Please keep them coming in. If you drew your cupcake this week, whether it was chocolate, vanilla, red velvet, cinnamon spice, and all things nice, send it to kj@escapeadulthood.com. Maybe we will show it on next week's show.
Oh, this
Kim
is
was very
great.
excited with this. Kim has gone crazy with the Bernie memes. And as if not that she's the only one. Like the whole world has
I
gone
just couldn't get
crazy
enough.
with the Bernie memes.
I want to know if Helen was one of the people who crocheted a little Bernie, because there's crocheted Bernies, there's bobblehead Bernies. Bernie has showed up everywhere, and last Friday, that's what I needed. I don't know about you guys. Nothing political
Was it
about
like-
it. Nothing political about this. I think that's
Was
what's
it like
so cool.
2020 just built up
Yeah.
into a meme we
Into
could all
Bernie.
get
And
behind?
no one was fighting about it. It's just like, let's put Bernie in our front yard. Let's put Bernie with Schitt's Creek. Let's put Bernie with Seinfeld. You name it. And
Yeah.
I don't know. And this is what I found myself doing by Sunday. I was like, David here, and was like, I don't see the
David?
Bernie. Where's the Bernie? I don't get this.
Why are you just posting pictures with no Bernie in there?
I need those mittens. And the story behind the mittens, if you haven't heard this, they were like made by a teacher, and she gifted them to him, and so she's thrilled. And it was just a neat little story. I don't know.
It does
I
feel
hope he
like
didn't feel bad.
it feels like it's nice that we can find a reason to unite. He's the politician that has finally united us. And I suppose like, you know, he's beloved to some people that don't like him or maybe making fun of him, but it's not
It's
really,
all
it's not
playful. It's just-
mean
right.
spirited. So it's kind of
Right.
that in between zone where everyone can be involved and have fun with it. And
You were
we've seen some
about
good
sick
ones.
of it after like 3.
I'm just fascinated by the psychology of it, by like what was it about it that it just happened so quickly
I
and
know.
it spread so quickly, and like
The Shining? I haven't seen that
memes
one.
were
Oh my
like,
gosh.
I mean, that's what a meme is it something that catches the attention of the public and it spreads through a culture.
Right.
but this was
We were
like
all ready
nothing
for
else.
it. I don't know. I mean, if it was up to me tonight, we'd show 30 Bernie memes, you know? I mean, because I'm still there. I'm still loving it. I don't know. Jason's like, I'm over it. Where are you guys? That's what I'd love to know. Are you over it? Were you never into it? Are you like, give me more Bernie? You know?
I still see some that make me chuckle. It's just crazy. Yeah, Kelsey said it exploded before I even realized it was happening.
I think there was a point, I don't know if it was Friday, maybe you guys can confirm this, where you like literally, the kids and I did a Facebook scroll, and we were literally like, how many finger scrolls will it take before we see a Bernie? And it was like 3. It was like, there we go, there we go. You know,
that's our slot machine now. It was like, we're getting on, a Bernie meme, I got to come back in 5 minutes to see if I can find another one.
Over 3 was the number, so yeah. I don't know. Keep them coming. I know, me too, Kara. So
anyway,
Kara, are we moving on to that?
We can, yeah. I think it's appropriate.
It is appropriate.
Move on to someone she knows. Paul, her husband.
Right here at the end of January, we're celebrating our January Adultitis Fighters of the Month. Paul Tracy, hailing from
How many years have we been doing this? Is this our 5th year?
Oh, Adultitis Fighters of the Month? I don't know.
I've been doing it. I just got done painting 12 new mini canvases with the little Adultitis Fighter logo. That is part of the award that people get when they are selected. And Paul was our first winner of 2021.
Yes. If you're a regular, go ahead. I'm interrupting you.
Nope, go ahead.
If you're a regular viewer of the show, you already know Paul. You know why he's Adultitis Fighter of the Month. And you know him and Kara and their awesome partnership. They are just amazing. And we love you guys. And here's the crazy thing. I've never met either of them. You've met Kara.
I've met Kara.
Yes, but it's just so cool to have this connection with you guys and to share this journey with you. They're founding members of the Adultitis or Wonder Whimsy Society.
Yeah, Paul's doing his Mr. Rogers impersonation there. I assume. Maybe this is just how he works.
He works from home now.
I'm not sure, but
do most people. But yeah, you have some highlights.
Well, you know, we always do a profile on our website. You can check it out at escapeadulthood.com. But a couple things I wanted to point out. We asked him what some of his favorite ways to fight adultitis, and it comes through in this one. He said, I've always used humor as a tactic for battling stress or difficult situations. As the heat turns up, I get sillier. Boy, did this come in handy for 2020, right? Yeah. I love to play, and I always have toys and silly gadgets at hand. I'm not beyond being punny. My staff call them my dad jokes. A bit more on the serious side, though, I think exercise, a decent diet, and mindfulness practices also help me stay energized and playful. Yeah, there's those. But dad jokes, yeah. And he is a proud member of the Wonder and Whimsy Society, sporting one of our Letterman jackets that we have just for members.
I have to say, him and Kara were one of the first people to sign up. So
yes.
When you guys came through as partner in crime members, we were like, yes, like they see the vision.
This resonated. We're on to something.
It was a huge thing. So.
Something that I love too that Paul shared is he said, I think a lot of adultitis is wrapped up in our ideals of what a hardworking, successful adult, and he has that in quotes, hardworking, successful adult is supposed to be.
Gross.
We are focused on being productive, getting promotions and raises, and meeting quotas. Life is really about being the best version of ourselves that we can be this time around. Exploring, playing, caring, learning, and growing are far more important than some dashboard metric. So true. Exploring, playing, caring, learning, and growing. Those are some good ings, if you ask me.
And him and, Paul and Kara, you both are living that, shining this brightly into the world through your daily, you each do daily posts on Facebook, shining this light in your own unique ways, which is really cool to see. And we receive that light. So thank you for that, because it helps us fill our tanks when we see your light. So thanks for your example. I see the chat is just filled with people like, yes, Paul, we love you. The love is flowing your way to Scottsdale. So if you could send some warm weather back to us in return, that would
much
feel...
obliged. Much obliged. All right, you guys, we're giving something away. And before I tell you what we're giving away, I have to ask the question, and this is how you enter to win. I want to know, what's a task that you do often that would be a bad idea to get help with from a 2-year-old?
Oh.
So we were kind of dubbing that segment at the beginning, Helping Hands, where we had our children helping us decorate cupcakes. And of course, none of them are 2. But it made me think about, like, what would be a terrible task that you would not want to get a 2-year-old's help with. And so...
It feels like we've lived this a few times with some 2-year-olds,
yeah,
hasn't it?
unintentionally. So please share that. Meanwhile, what we're giving away is a $10 gift card to our lemonade stand. And I'm very excited because we finally have these snazzy gift cards. This is a $10 one.
Shiny, you guys.
It's got the holographic foil on it. And this will come in an envelope with some other fun surprises as well for the winners. So finally got these in, and they're
pretty rad.
They're very soft.
What did Ben say?
Ben said they're very comfortable. That was his word, which I loved. Like, man, these are really comfortable.
I'm so glad our gift cards are comfortable.
That's what we shoot for.
That's what I'm talking about.
So are we going to sell these on the website?
No, these
okay,
are only
just
prizes.
Gifts. Okay,
yeah.
good to know.
So we have a couple different prizes that we do each week. This is one of them. So
nice.
it's comfortable.
It is comfortable.
I would hope so.
Can I have a shirt made of this material?
The gift card shirt. Okay, so let's see, what kind of answers do we got? Helen says, clean the toilet.
We're getting splashed. Yep,
Yeah.
Splash.
Scooping the litter box. I'm sensing a theme.
Oh, yeah.
Carolyn. Hi, Carolyn. Says washing dishes.
Oh, yeah, there's some bubbles.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about driving?
Oh.
Would you let them, because they can't do both, would you give them the wheel? Or do you give them control of the brake? Those are buttons, right? They'd be excited about that. That could go really, really bad.
Not good. Either way, not good.
Kelsey, every single task. My 2-year-old is the juggernaut with everything he does. That's great.
Oh, moms with 2-year-olds. Your halo, I can see it. It's shining so brightly.
How about sewing quilts?
Oh, yeah. No, that's
typing the newsletter. Yeah. That'd be good. Sorting marshmallows.
Oh, yes. That's not happening, right?
This one wins. I love this. Cut the back. Curl. Oh, she said curl the back of my hair. I thought cut the back of my hair also would be a poor choice.
Cut your bangs?
Cut your bangs.
Cut your bangs. Yeah. No.
Plucking eyebrows.
Oh.
Seems like a bad idea to involve a 2-year-old. Agreed. Here we go. Kim says cutting dad's hair.
Yes.
Yeah, Christy also says trimming bangs. Good one.
Yeah.
Barbecuing dinner. Ill-advised. As is paying bills. How about this?
Monopoly money.
How about bikini wax?
Oh, yeah. No. Let's not do that.
Don, bikini wax. Don says, I actually love doing my taxes, but I wouldn't want help from a 2-year-old.
No. Oh.
Yeah, Don's the numbers guy.
Yep.
Not many people enjoy doing their taxes, but that's the magic. Everyone's got their superpower, right?
Those are great. That was a good question.
Let's see if there's any other. I got a lot of them here.
For
Holy
the
cow.
Wonder and Whimsy Society members, when will that video be up of the reverse?
You know, I'm going to probably put it up tonight.
Okay.
I'll put it up tonight. Yeah.
So if you missed that at the beginning of the show, please watch the replay of the beginning of the show because it's hard to explain. But the kids, we end up being the hands for the kids. So I am the hands for Lucy, and Dad is the hands. Funny how I call you Dad when we're talking about our kids.
like we're 50. Dad, hey, go tell Mom.
He's the hands for Rose. So it gets a little messy and crazy, and definitely worth the watch.
Good stuff here, you guys. It's going to be hard to sort
Anything
through all
else?
these.
Any other highlights there?
I like the gassing up the car.
I just picture gas all over that smell. Yeah.
Oh, man. Good stuff, you guys. Thank you for playing. I always love to have a fun question that taps into this creativity of
Parenting
this.
a 2-year-old, no joke, you guys. That is legit hard. So if Kelsey, anyone else out there with a 2-year-old, I mean, you know, because you have an older child too, but We're not worthy. Do you have a button for that? We're not worthy.
Nope. Nope, but I can ask this.
Are you guys having a killer time?
Hopefully your 2-year-old's in bed. That's why you're having a killer time.
Yeah.
So.
By the way, I decided that from here on out, I'm only going to drink liquids that match my shirt of the day. So.
And Nikki, I saw
that.
Nikki on. Nikki got us these shirts. Our realtor from Sheboygan. Aren't these so cute? So shout out to Nikki Capellan from Pleasant View Realty. It's so cool when people gift you shirts. Shirts are fun.
Especially
Nikki
ones that
gifted you your shirt last week too.
No, it's just wardrobe supplied by.
Nikki, if you can keep the shirts coming, we'll wear them every week. We'll mention your real estate.
To put that in the
company.
credits afterwards, how they always have like Armani suits provided by Armani. Okay, well, as we said at the beginning of the show, February 1st, it is the day.
Which is next week.
Doors open. Next Monday. This is it, you guys. We're opening the door for a small sliver of time to the Wonder and Whimsy Society. It is where we
That's what I'm
pour
talking
in
about.
our best energy, our best work. We have been thrilled by the response we've gotten since we launched in August, and the founding members have been amazing. And if you are on the fence about this, do not miss out. If you thought, I mean, we've done some cool things already, but we are just getting warmed up. Now that we have settled here somewhat in Sheboygan, actually this weekend is a big time. We're going to be brainstorming and planning for the next months ahead, and it's going to be good.
So many good things. And today is the last day for the Valentine's Pals to tell Rachel, right? For Wonder Whimsy Society members.
I think so, unless it was yesterday.
Society,
could have been yesterday.
And you have not signed up for Valentine Pals yet, please tell Rachel, and I'm sure she'll squeeze you in because she's good like that. So
yeah, but that is that's pretty much it for this show, isn't it, Kim? Until
Yes.
next time, Adultitis Fighters.
shine on, spread whimsy, and keep being awesome.